Hello Internet, welcome back to Space Empires 4. We're going to be picking up where we left off, which is mostly just keeping an eye on this sector because we're a little concerned about the enemy AI that's been peeking out. My experience with AI in this game is that they very quickly overwhelm me. Now I believe the Empire, I remember from, if we go to the politics screen, I believe this is the worst AI that I put together. Most of the AIs that I put together are very basic. They're just like 5% worse at things than we are. But I made a couple of them varying levels of difficulty. Like I tried to vary them. So like we have a particular race that's very bloodthirsty, that excels at combat, things like that. But I did give one race really terrible stats, and I do believe that was this ball race that we're seeing here. So I'm willing to bet that they're really terrible and not a threat to us at all. But you got to keep an eye on them. So how do we interact with intelligence? So what we could do, if we research intelligence, it would allow us to, like, we have 0 points. If we had points, we would have things like we could sabotage their ships, try to get their colonies to rebel, things like that. But we don't have any points, and I tend to not prioritize intelligence until it's way too late. But hopefully that doesn't become a problem. Looks like our population has been dumped off, and they're going to go pick up more at our home world. Yeah. So we just want to keep an eye on the AI is all. And I'm feeling a little light on ships. I would really like... What are you building? Regular defense ships? Nah, let's, and you're working on research. Make me the better defense ship, and then let's pop that bad boy to the top. And yes, that's fine. So we have a little bit more ships. I'm feeling defensively weak, and it's worrisome. Are you making ships? Yeah, make several of those, and then we will mothball a few of these if we find we're over our limit of expenses, although it looks like we're great. Yeah, we look great. We're doing great. All right, where's our research? Sorry, I took a break in between episodes. I went to work and came back, so I have to refamiliarize myself a little bit with what is going on. We're researching the next level of our weapons, so we'll just pass a few turns. More units being constructed, a new research station. Yeah, ever increasing our research points. You'll see we're up to 9,000. I believe when we started the game we were right around 6. So that is great. That's almost 50% more than we had previously. So we're researching that much faster, which is just fantastic. You're constructing... I think everything's fine. I think we just need to pass a few turns, get some stuff done. Yes, destroyers are being made, more units are being made, more radiation, radioactives extractions being done. Here we've unlocked another level of our weapon, which you'll see increase their damage. I believe they had a range of 4 and 15, and now they're 5 and 20. Let's look at this. Yeah, 4 and 15, and it went up to 5 and 20. This is very good. And it's an upgrade that we're going to want to give our ships pretty much immediately. So what we're going to do... You're still producing, though. Let's cancel these. And let's upgrade our destroyer. So we'll upgrade. It will automatically upgrade to the best weapon. We'll call this number 2. Did we upgrade shields? We did not. We should do that in the future. And we will create design, and we will mark the original as obsolete. And then we can go to our existing ships. We can go to scrap. But instead of scrapping, we will upgrade, retrofit. We will retrofit. It'll show us the projected cost of upgrading to this. You'll see it is quite expensive, but it's the only way to make those ships what they need to be. And you'll see they get the wrench icon, which means they're not fully operational. So if we look at this specifically, you'll see all the weapons are listed as damaged. That is just because they have been upgraded and need to be repaired. But repairing is very fast, so this should be done next turn. And we can requeue those now because they will have the upgraded cannons. And let's do the same thing here. Retrofit this bad boy. Did we ever We didn't upgrade those because we never unlocked anything new for them. No. They have, yeah, more. They might have an upgraded cannon available to them, but it's not really prudent to do that. So we'll just upgrade this bad boy. Should only be a turn or so. And then let's clear that queue. Oh, you were done making it. Okay, that's fine. We only queued one. Do we not have any more colony ships? Did we not send any more colony ships? Apparently not. Let's send our scout to check out their sector. And let's take a look at our trade. We're up to 3%. How much are we earning from trade? 500 minerals per turn. It's not really relevant, but, you know, every little bit, all that jazz. Yeah, we definitely want to be building more colony ships. Why don't we have our colony ships built here? Because it has a decent population. And let's move those to the top. Because we have a decent population here, and it's much closer to where we want to be making the colonies, so they don't have to travel quite as far. Oh, there it is. Yeah, let's get those squared away. We will send him to explore. This is looking good. End our turn. Actually, check research. 2 more years. And then we will do the same thing where we upgrade their shields. So that's a bit unfortunate. And then I would really like if you would research yet again. Oh man, that's 10 turns though. What we could do, it's 80,000. How much is the next level of research? 200,000. Oof, that's a lot. So let's research something different. What would we like to have? Industry gives us computers. Computers help us in a lot of ways. They let us replace our crew quarters and whatnot, so we have more space for other things. They help us to, as we level them up, we can build facilities that will increase our research, I believe, are based on computers. We can use them to increase our chance of hitting enemy ships. There's all kinds of stuff. Physics, I thought we did research physics. It's now twice the cost, but it will unlock phased energy weapons and scanners. I don't think scanners are very useful. Psychology is helpful with interacting with planetary populations. Like if we were playing a ground campaign where we were using troops to take over colonies, we would maybe want to research psychology so that we could improve their happiness so they wouldn't like revolt against us. Astrophysics gives us some cool stuff. Stellar manipulation will let us harvest the power of suns. Tractor and repulsor beams let us move enemies in combat, which I don't really care about. Stellar harnessing is also interesting, but they're not in any way military. I feel like we're doing okay militarily. Let's go ahead and research astrophysics. It's a fun branch. It's one of my favorite branches, but it's not combat oriented, so we don't want to fall behind in our combat stuff. But let's go ahead and end our turn. Weapon cannons, yes. So these should be fully repaired. Oh, they're not. Oh, why are you not fully repaired? Oh, you're not repaired at all. What's going on here? Oh, I see. They're only doing 5 guns per turn on one ship. So it's actually going to take 6 turns to upgrade those. Ooh, that's a hefty... I did not realize that. That's a sizable portion of our Navy that's down for the count until it gets repaired. Ooh, got to be aware of that in the future, because that could be extremely dangerous if we were, say, in combat or at war and we decided to upgrade all of our ships all at once. That would be extremely bad. Yeah, let's not... Okay. It's good to know. It's very good to know that, but... Ooh, that sucks. Okay. Oh, I said I would do more commentary instead of just narration. So we've unlocked the next tier of shield generator, which is great. We constructed... Yeah. Ooh. Oh. I believe I made the humans the bloodthirsty warmongers. So that's not good. Where? Over here? Where? Ah. You're a destroyer as well, which is the current ship size that we have. Ooh, that's worrisome. Let's move our fleet north. Oh, God, we only have 2 ships over here. Let's rebase these ships. First of all, take all of them. Let's load this guy with population. And we will put these together in a fleet so that they're easy to move around. Okay, and then we can just move the one fleet instead of having to try to move everything separately. So we're going to send those up here, and I think we're even going to transition. Oh, but you're being repaired. Are you fully repaired? It did. It got fully upgraded before we sent it off. Oh boy. And these ships don't have very good range to them. We should really be scrapping these ships and replacing them with higher tier units. Okay, send an additional fleet. Let's create a fleet. How do we do that? We click the ship, add to fleet. We will add the healthy ones to the fleet, and we will send 2 up there as well. And we're just rebasing these ships so that they're closer to the enemy in case the enemy... So like basically this ship, where's the ship? This ship, we can't see its design or anything because we've never encountered it in combat. All we know is its size. So until we get in combat, we will not know precisely what components are on this ship. But assuming it functions more or less like our ships do, it probably has a supply of something like 3,000, maybe 4,000 if they put some supply carrier stuff on it. It probably can't afford to come all the way and attack our homeworld. It's so far from wherever they're located, because we know they're not located in any of these 3 squads or star areas. So they would have to come really far to attack our homeworld, but they wouldn't have to go that far to attack these colonies at the outskirts of our empire. And what we're worried about is that they might be living right here now, because again, as the game expands, people keep colonizing everything. Especially the AI really loves to colonize. So it's possible that they're based right here and they could make an attack on those furthest reaches of our empire. So we definitely want to keep an eye on that. What we could do is immediately try to get them into a treaty so that they will non-aggress us. But there's a chance that they'll ignore that because I think I made them pretty bloodthirsty, because I thought it would be funny if the humans were really bloodthirsty. So I'm worried about that. What can we do right now to remedy that? More ships. More ships is what we would do to remedy that. So why don't you... Yeah, colony ship is fine. After that, I would like you to produce many more of our good ships. Move to top. Move to top. Move to top. And I think we're reaching kind of our limit for... Yes. Our limit for our resources. We're really not. We're okay. We need to expand our organics. Didn't I just set up a colony for that? No, you're building cannons. What facilities did I build on you? All research. Because I said I didn't need organics. So what we can do is scrap 2 of these. 3 of these. Man, but they're so valuable. Do we have anything else with organics? You kind of do. You have no facilities? Yeah, you're going to be our organics harvester. So that's an easy way to take care of that without destroying something we've already committed to. So let's build our organics farming. That will give us a sizable increase. Currently, we are manufacturing 1,500 organics per turn, and we're using 500 of it. And when we finish these, we'll be up to, I don't know, what's the math on this? 1,500, 800. So we're doubling it, tripling it, and then adding a little bit. So like 250% increase. Pretty substantial. You're also quite good at those. Although I think I already did. No, I made you minerals? Oh, you're also pretty good for minerals. Yeah, and minerals are more important. I'm just nervous about this dude. Let's build some at our home world as well. I'm very nervous. This game, I know I talked about this already, but like this game, even when I was a teenager, really kicked my butt. The AI was just so intensely focused on war, and it just felt like nothing I could do. And they declined our non-aggression treaty, which is bad news for us. Organics farm, radioactives. Okay, so we're getting movement there, and we're no longer in that system, so we don't have eyes on what they're doing. We found more of their ships. This is not the humans, this is the other race. Oh, and they are centered on this moon. So it looks like they colonize ice planets. Frigates, small transport, colony ship, frigate. So what is this? Gas giant? So it's unlikely they're colonizing this. And there's no moon there, and they're looking for ice planets. They're probably moving into here to colonize. So what we're going to do is move him back into this system. Let's just set him up on the star. Oh, you're going for where my colonies are as well. What we can do... We only have 2 ships. What are you? He's a destroyer. We could send these 2 ships to block the warp point. Problem is, let's say he has missiles. We have no defense against missiles. Our weapons cannot target missiles once they've been launched. You'll see it says can target anything but seekers. This means missiles. We turned off fighters, but I think satellites are also seekers in a lot of the time. Not sure how that works, but we cannot target missiles. So if they have even 1 missile on their ship, they could probably destroy us before we got in close enough to kill them. And we risk losing 2 ships. Remove the gas colony thing. Go colonize here. Then you 2, you only have 1 movement left. Let's not block this yet. Let's just watch and see what happens. If he comes, we'll try to destroy him. You have units. Do you have units on you? No, I never built any units here. So after you're done with this, go ahead and start building some defenses. In fact, let's make a new weapons platform. Create weapons platform. Small platform. It is a weapons platform. We'll call this Beam 1. WP Beam 1. Because we want these. Because these have a range of 5 and these have a range of 3. So we want to be able to hit them as far away as possible. Generating shields I don't think is worthwhile on a platform. I think shields are ship only. Why would it be on a weapons platform? I guess to protect itself, but mostly they'll be targeting the population of the planet. So we would rather do something about that. We're not concerned about them hitting our weapons platform. We're concerned they'll be killing the planet's population. So I think just load this bad boy up with our beam weapons, and we'll start manufacturing those. In fact, let's obsolete the unit design, the cannon, obsolete, and then let's change the missile, and we'll just copy it. We'll leave it as missile, we'll call it missile 3. But we're going to remove this and replace it with 2 cannons because they're just objectively better than this at this point. Yeah, that's fine. And then we will obsolete the old one. And does anyone have any in their construction queue? No. So they're fully made. It's just everyone has made units except for this planet. So once you're done, go ahead and manufacture a couple beams. How many can you hold? You can hold 5. We'll make 3 beams and 2 missiles. Great, we'll get that set up, squared away. I'm very nervous about this. Yeah, let's continue constructing more defense ships. He has not moved into our sector. He has retreated. Good. Let's resupply these. We could colonize this, but it looks like they're going to colonize here first. And once they colonize here, if we colonize in the same system, they will be very hostile towards us. So let's not divert. I was going to divert and then just use this as a forward operating base to block off their ability to access us. It probably is the smartest thing to do. would take time, though, to level up the colony. Yeah, cancel your orders. Cancel your orders. You're going to be colonizing this. But yeah, how are you feeling about us? 7% trade. Humans don't... okay. We're going to divert. We're going to divert our fleet. Yeah, cancel your orders. We're going to divert our fleet to this base as well. And we'll keep these two in reserve. And we may even send up additional ships. Leave that one here for now as a small protective force. You're still repairing this thing. It's going very slow, I think, because we're also constructing at the same time, and it shares that resource value to construct. But I guess I don't know. And we're going to continue transporting population. In fact, we're going to send this troop population transport to our new colony so we can get a big leg up. That way, if they attack it before we have great defenses, the population will hold out longer because we'll have a higher population base. Yeah, okay. They'll arrive shortly. They are going to run low on supplies, but as long as we don't get into combat, they did colonize this, so they're going to be mad about it. But what are they going to do? We can probably overrun them. Astrophysics is about to unlock. I really think we need the next tier of weapons. I'm extremely nervous now that we've seen an enemy that is actually dangerous. Very nervous about that. Go ahead and end our turn. This will be a forward operating base. New tech area discovered. Stellar harnessing. Yeah, we unlocked all those tech levels. Got a new organics farm, research center, and 2 ships. Okay, we're going to shift a lot of our forces up here. They're transporting probably to drop population on this planet, would be my guess. You immediately start constructing a resupply facility. And then units, I think, are first and foremost. Let's hold off on the units, because once the population increases, we may be able to do more than 1 per turn, and we would like to get maximum value out of our time. Scout, I'm getting tempted to retire you. I don't have much interest in you at the moment. Actually, let's send this bad boy out here and see what's on the other side of this black hole. What are you guys doing? Just hanging out. We're building more ships. Let's take a look at our scores. This is something we have not done yet. If we go to Empires, we click Scores. The reason you normally can only see your companions, your allies' scores, is because it tells you all this information exactly. So we know precisely the number of units, ships, bases that they have. But I don't really min-max to the point where that's relevant. I don't pay a lot of attention to that. Mostly what I'm looking for is score, and just to see how our numbers stack up. So like we have 29 units, which is like a reasonable number. They obviously have more, but I think we're doing okay. Ships, similarly, we have the largest fleet in the system. Bases, we have not built bases yet. I usually prefer to do that once I have a lot of technology, but at the moment it's not super relevant. You'll see we're also pulling away. Our only technological competitor is the human empire, which was this blue flag of a face. And no one has intelligence points, so we don't have to worry yet about political stuff. We have the most research. Oh, we don't have the most. Look at you go. Why do you have so few technologies when you have so many research points? Interesting. And our score is the highest. We're currently winning. Again, we need to get to 5 million to win the game, which is quite a ways away. Interesting. It's interesting to look at things side by side. So we know we have the biggest fleet, which we could maybe throw our weight around a little bit, but I'm not going to, do that because we just looked at our scores. We shouldn't take advantage of something we only learned through looking at their, it's like the ledger in EU4 where it shows you precisely how many armies they have. And it's like, that's a little shady. Why are you not building facilities, by the way? I've been neglecting this. What do you got going on? You're really not good at any mineral resources, any tangible resources, so I think you're going to go hardcore into research centers. Actually, how are you doing on units? You only have 4 units. Let's build a couple research centers, then we'll build a few beam weapons, a few missile weapons, and then we'll go back to research facilities. Then we'll do a few more units just as protection in the distant reaches of space. Population is going to arrive in about 2 turns. Great. This is leveling up. Great. Then we will look into the stellar stuff that we unlock. Stellar manipulation. Beta displacement pulsar ionic concussion blaster. Oh boy, I don't know what those do. A monolith facility. I really like the monolith facilities. Basically, so if we look at one of our buildings. Oh, you don't have buildings yet. If we look at, say this. Oh, you also don't have building. Whatever. Go into the facilities menu. You'll see this mines 800 minerals per turn. Organics 800. Radioactives 800. So we could build these to harvest 800 of that particular resource. A monolith facility harvests all 3 resources per turn, but it only harvests 500. So instead of getting 800 of a specific resource, we get 500 of each resource. They are more expensive. I believe they're also slower to build. But I in general like them because you can just spam those and get a little bit of everything. So that's definitely something I'm interested in. That's this stellar manipulation. I'm not sure what these things do, but whatever, probably have some value. Stellar harnessing allows us to get a solar collector, which will give us supplies based on the number of stars in the system, which is also interesting. But I think we go ship size next. So let's pass a few turns, see if the humans dart back out or anything. Just keeping an eye out. These guys have not complained about being in the same star system as us. Usually they would have done that by now. Everyone should have things queued up. What's the home base doing right now? Building more ships. Pass another turn. We propose a treaty of trade and research alliance. So if we go to this character, you'll see we're at 11% with our current trade treaty, a trade alliance. If we go to this, it will stop and reset, and we'll have to rebuild this back up. But it will include research benefits as well as trade goods. So not only would we get these resources, but we would also start accruing more and more research. So that sounds great. Since you've been pretty chill, I'm pretty okay with that. We maybe can be friends, and then we can fight off the disgusting humans. So crafting more stuff, getting more research. You'll see we're up to 13,000 points per turn now, which is excellent. Alpha fleet's just hanging out. This is a really sad fleet. Let's send a few more up there. We'll send the older, crappier ship. And since we know we're building more here, why don't we just send 2 of these guys? I think it's fine. Send them up to join this fleet. We'll join them together into one big fleet. This fleet's hanging out. They're still running out of resources, but this should be complete next turn. Great. What do we want after that? We were going to reassess, probably just build the other 2. I think it's fine, and we'll go from there. And then we will queue up. What do you got going on? Pretty good minerals, pretty good radioactives. We'll do like 3 of each, and then just research centers. And then we will, like the remainder of stuff, we will shift it. So like if we start getting into combat, we can shift and start adding. Say we're right here, we can just start adding ships to manufacture after that. So I think that is fine. Population, definitely dump that on the planet. So that's great. That gives us a leg up on construction and whatnot. Then I think we will send it all the way back to our home world. Actually, how is this doing population-wise? 400 million? Yeah, taking off of there is still not really in our best interest. So I think we'll send you all the way back to home base. Unfortunately, it's a long trip, but that's where the population is. Okay, so we're making progress. We're making progress. Things are going okay. I'm a little nervous about the AI. We got a message. This is a tremendous day. They're very happy that we accepted their trade and research treaty. If we look, we're now getting... Oh, it did not reset our trade. How about that? That's pretty great. We're losing resources per turn. That's because we're constructing basically everywhere. And if we look at science, it doesn't say how much we're getting from science trade. What does comparisons do? Oh, that's cool. Scores? Our scores off the charts. Research also quite high. Why is it showing everyone? I thought it would only show the people we've seen. Maybe it's because I have the scores thing on. What, how do I know how many research points I'm getting? Okay, well, it's something. Regardless of what it is, it's something. So that's cool. Anyway, I think we should probably call the episode here. Man, I was going to start giving commentary in this episode, and that went extremely poorly. I even have stuff to talk about. It's just the game is taking a lot of my attention. Hopefully that's okay. I mean, we're on episode 4, going into episode 5. If you're not enjoying it up to this point, you people have probably already stopped watching. So it's like, what are you going to do? You know, I should have put good commentary in the first couple to keep people engaged, and now it's been 4 or 5 episodes with just narration. So hopefully you're okay with that. Hey, if you're watching this, thanks for watching. Maybe click that like button, it really helps me out. I of course will be back with more I almost said Star Kingdoms, Space Empires 4 in the near future, and I'll see you next time. Star Kingdoms was a crappy browser based space game. Anyway, that's gonna do it. See you next time.